I am very excited to share with our listeners everything that Jon Buller has going on. One of those things, if you don't mind, I would love to talk about first is the fact that you were ordained recently. Would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I spent about 12 years as the worship pastor at Vernon Alliance Church in Vernon, BC, and it was a blast. And we had, it's a worshiping church, and so it was just an exciting time for me to come alive in my shepherding and to realize that I love to pastor people. And I maybe didn't understand that completely because I was used to being on the road and touring and seeing different people kind of on whatever day that you were there, you know? So finding a heart for shepherding the same people every weekend was something that came alive in me. And so long story short, Vernon Alliance Church shepherded me in my journey of becoming a minister and taught me what it means to be a pastor. And I decided to complete that journey and become a reverend. So the finishing bits actually happened after I resigned from the church, but that church had a huge part to play in my journey in that sense. So
Right on. So this happened, your complete ordination happened last year?
I got ordained. So what happened was the COVID kind of shutdown happened, and I was sort of in this in between space of launching some ministry activities with Hear the Music Ministries, which Southern Manitoba might remember, Hear the Music Night. And I thought, well, this is a good time to finish this. So I just spent my time completing the ordination process, and that was last year. But because of all the shutdown stuff, we didn't get to have the ordination service, and so that happens now next weekend here in Vernon.
Very exciting. Congrats to you for sure. What does this
Thank you.
mean to you as a Christian singer, as a worship leader, and now an ordained minister?
So to be ordained is a spiritual responsibility, as it were, and I feel like I need to continue to learn to trust more. And my humanity is so real. But this calling of ordination is something that requires me to, I think, humble myself and realize that in my humanity, I just need to honestly come to God as I am and offer him what I have. And that's what I'm trying to do now with this new music.
Amazing. Great segue. I would love to hear about this new album and the unique way that you're going about it.
So the music business has changed, Sylvia, as you know, and it'll probably be different next year or next week. So I have a sort of worthy challenge of re-entering this whole world. And yeah, just trying to understand how music is distributed and how people, you know, let me put it this way: there's a lot, we have access to so much, um, and so how do you get, I guess, noticed in that, or how do you rise above the noise and the distractions? Um, I'm really proud of the music. It's been a long time since I released a full length project.
How long has it
Um,
been?
I think it's 11 years.
Over a
uh,
decade.
I know, it's crazy, scary, but so, and people don't buy CDs now so much, but they invest in what they love or what they believe or what they're excited about. And so the challenge is to um, not be so shameless about waving your flag, but still say, hey, I'm trying to point to Jesus here. I love the Lord, and I think that this music will help you connect with God, and will help you understand His story. So, anyway, I kind of feel like I'm on a rabbit trail, but the point being, I've launched a Kickstarter. I've never done a Kickstarter, and part of being, in that world of music nowadays is to try and say, hey, I'm doing this thing. Do you believe in it? Do you believe in the message? And if you do, come on board, share it, and all that kind of stuff. And it is a worthy challenge.
When is it running until?
So November 9th is the deadline to become a Kickstarter for the Jon Buller project. There's actually 2 full-length projects, and so we've finished the first one. It's already done. It's already mastered. The first single comes out on October 29th, and what I've learned is that it's good to listen to the radio and request songs, but it's also good to follow artists on Spotify, and that's how they do it these days. So I would be delighted if folks would jump on board the Kickstarter. Just go to jonbuller.com and they can find the info there, or go to Spotify and find me there. And
Right
yeah.
on. Is there a small incentive in any way if people do want to say, yeah, I want to contribute to this? Are they going to hear a song beforehand or something?
No, there's a huge incentive. There's tons of great rewards. In fact, some of the songs that have been written for these upcoming projects, I revisited. Somebody gave me a cassette deck, and so I hooked up this cassette deck, and I dug out all my old cassettes, and I found like a treasure trove of old demos and songwriting ideas that I'd done, like literally from 20 years ago or more, and stuff that I didn't even remember I'd recorded. And I thought, geez, there's like 1 or 2 things here that are pretty good, maybe a couple more. So the rewards include a USB cassette, because I don't know if people have cassettes anymore, or cassette decks, right? So we created a USB cassette, and you can like plug that into your computer. Isn't that sad? And exciting?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's not sad,
And
but yeah, I remember cassettes
yeah,
and I enjoyed
I
cassettes much
know,
better
I
than
know.
CDs because
Yeah,
I'll tell you, you couldn't run with a Discman, but you could run with a Walkman. Now I'm dating myself
exactly.
as
With
well.
auto reverse, right? With
Yes.
auto reverse, like seriously. So anyway, we've got a USB cassette. I'm gonna be creating a vinyl for the next project, which is called Different Now. And wow, there's art prints. So for Come Awake, the cover art that was designed by Brian Cost from Winnipeg, the cover art painting is done by a friend of mine here in Vernon, and it's really just this fantastic layered painting with some Hebrew on it, and the word is Zeker or Zakar, which means to remember, which is kind of the theme of the whole project of coming awake or remembering. Remember who you are, remember who we are as people, as believers in Jesus, as the redeemed family of God. Remember. And so there's prints for that, and there's also, like, I'm doing live streams for folks if they want, like, a live stream concert, and of course the digital downloads and the CD. I am making CDs. Why not?
Nice.
Throwback.
Well, and you can play them in much better than a Discman, just the Discman as well. So
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I know. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
Well, that's
lots of
very,
rewards.
yeah, and that's very exciting.
Yeah.
So November 9th, the Kickstarter ends. However, do you have an idea of when you would like to get the first project/album out?
So if you become a Kickstarter, you'll get it right away. I'll probably get the discs and the cassettes next week, and so that goes out, right away. So become a Kickstarter, Southern Manitoba. I need you.
Right on. Yeah.
To fund this thing, and then when the next one is done, which I think will be next spring, that'll go out ASAP. And nowadays, it seems like the sort of the best approach to sharing music with folks is to do it single by single. So you'll hopefully hear some of the songs on CHPN if the program directors will look favorably on them. And but then you got to go to Spotify and Apple Music and wherever you get music digitally, and follow Jon Buller.
Right on. How, I have to ask, 11 years. I know obviously singing is not new to you. You've been a worship leader for so many years, but how did it feel being back in the studio?
Oh, so good. The creativity is just so exciting, and it's a good reminder for artists or for creative people that regardless of if people will see or hear what you create, to be creating is of the utmost importance because it gives you life. And so for me, that was just rediscovering some life, and again that theme of coming awake and being awakened to what God has called me to do, I think, in part, at least in part, which is to create music and to share it with people so that they can be directed to Him. So it's been a blast. I need to do it more.
That's awesome. So coming into this new season, Jon Buller, you're going to be reintroducing your fans to your voice on air and on Spotify and all those good things, as well as an ordained minister. Very exciting things to come. We're very excited for you. So thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it. And we will encourage people to get involved in that Kickstarter as well. I'll put a link on the article.
Thank you. That'd be amazing.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for taking the time. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Until then, God bless you.
You bet. Thanks, Sylvia. Bye.
See you.